When I teach Chinese, one of the questions always come up, how do you say yes in Chinese? Well, in the early stage of learning, students practice phrases like 你是学生吗? Are you a student? The textbook always teaches you to say 我是学生, I am a student. But what if you just want to say a brief yes, like yes, I am, yes, let's go? Or when you are in a conversation and want to keep saying yes, yes, yes to agree to someone and encourage someone to keep talking. In English, we just use yes in all those situations. In Chinese, some learners think they can just say for every situation, like 你是学生吗? 你想吃饭吗? Yes, it technically works, but if you keep saying every time, it sounds like a little awkward or you are really not paying attention. So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to say yes naturally in different real-life contexts. I'll cover the difference between 是的 and 好的, and how to sound more native by avoiding robotic replies and adding variations. I'll walk you through the real examples, some great clips, and practical tips so you can use it right away. And if you are an advanced learner, don't scroll it away. You will pick up a deeper insight into the native usage. I'll review a hidden meaning at the very end of this video. Now, let's get into it. Hey there, I'm Tina. I share Mandarin and Chinese culture in a fun and simple way. Subscribe so you won't miss the next one. First of all, let's talk about 是的. 是的 is when you're agreeing to a fact. Use 是的 when you're confirming a fact or replying to a yes or no question. For example, 你是老师吗? Are you a teacher? You can just say 是的. 他是医生吗? Is he a doctor? You can say 是的, 他是. Yes, he is. But if someone keeps asking you factual questions and you keep saying 是的, 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 it starts to sound a little bit boring or too robotic, right? To add some varieties and sound natural, here are a few alternatives you can use. First of all, you can say 对, right. 是啊, 是呀, a softer or more friendly tone. 是的, add n to make it sound more natural. Or 没错, 没, no, 错. Wrong, 没错, no wrong, basically correct, or absolutely, definitely. These phrases all work to confirm a fact, just with slightly different vibe. Try to mix them up depending on the tone or the conversation. Now, here's something important. Native speakers don't usually just say 是 by itself in a regular conversation. If you say only one 是, it can come across as a little cold or even a bit robotic. It may feel like you're annoyed or don't want to talk more, or you're being overly concise, like you're in a military 是. Or, honestly, you may sound a little bit arrogant. It's kind of like the tone where someone might think, are you okay? Did I do something offend you?
电车里挤满了乘客，你根本看不清疑犯在哪个方向，是不是？
是。
你凭什么开枪？
感觉。
那你有没有考虑过乘客的安全？
你比他们高贵吗？你跟他们不同吗？是。我和他们当然不同。
And yes, in military or reporting situations, you may say just a strong direct 是 like yes sir.
愣着干什么？赶紧去给我找柳叶欢。是。
But in everyday conversations, we usually soften it a little by saying 是的, or adding the ending particle like a or ya, 是呀 or 是啊. But here is something funny. You might also hear someone saying 是是是 2 or 3 times in a row, even 4 times in a row. This is a totally different story. Repeating 是 like this usually show active agreement. Yes, 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 I hear you. Or yep, yep, totally. It sounds warm, friendly, humble, or even enthusiastic, depending on your tone.
如果我让他明白他喜欢的女孩就是我就可以了，对吧？是，他不喜欢你，他还能喜欢谁呢？
Another big tip to sound more like a native speaker when you are confirming some fact is by repeating the key verb. Instead of saying 是的 all the time, one of the most native way to respond a conversation is to repeat the core verb of the question. For example, 你爱我吗? Do you love me? 爱. 你开心吗? Are you happy? 开心. Yes, I am. Or I'm happy. 你吃饭了吗? 吃了. Or 我吃了. Did you eat? Yes, I did. 你睡觉了吗? Did you sleep? 睡了. Yes, I I did. So what if there are multiple verbs in a sentence? Like English. In linguistics, we call verbs like want, love, like, decide, volitional verbs, or mental state verbs. These express intention, feelings, or desire. In Chinese, it's the same thing. When you reply, choose to repeat the emotional and volitional verb. For example, 你想吃饭吗? Do you want to eat? Instead of saying 吃 eat, you should reply 想 yes I want. 你爱看电影吗? You love to see movie. 爱 is love, 看 is see. So in this case, you will say 爱 rather than 看. 你想睡觉吗? Do you want to sleep? You should reply by saying 想 not 睡. So the rule of thumb is if there are more than one verb in a sentence, repeat the one that carries emotion and intention. Next part, let's talk about 好的. 好的 is when you are trying to say okay on a request, suggestion, or even a command. For example, 请你发一下这个文件. Please send this document. 好的，马上发. Okay, right away. 我们明天见. See you tomorrow. 好的, sure. So when you are saying okay, sounds good, go with 好的. Instead of saying 好的 all the time, here are a few variations. You can always change 好的 to 好呀. Yes, sure. The situation when you use 好呀 is you agree to do something and you want to sound enthusiastic, warm, a little bit cute. Compared to 好的, 好呀 is less formal. For example, 明天一起去吃饭吧. 好呀, sure. Sounds fun. The ya ending particle adds a softer or cheerful tone. This one is especially common in spoken Chinese when you are being casual, friendly, or sweet. Another variation is 行. 行 means alright or that works. This is a very common and casual way to say yes to a plan or a request. So when you are agreeing to a suggestion or you are giving approval, especially during everyday situations, you can just say 行. For example, 明天下午3点开会可以吗? 行. Alright, it works for me. 行 is very brief and efficient. The emotion behind 行 is slightly cooler or more neutral than 好的. This one is also very natural among friends or colleagues. Another variation is 没问题, meaning no problem or sure, absolutely. You can use this one when someone asks you to do something or they need a favor and you want to say you are totally fine with it. For example, 你能帮我一下吗? 没问题. Can you help me? Sure, no problem. When you use 没问题, the tone sounds reliable and easygoing. It's a way to show that you are not only agreeing but also very happy to help. Another bonus tip, as we mentioned before, 好的 means okay or good when you agree to some suggestions. In daily life, 好的 actually has another meaning. It's also a way to acknowledge someone is doing well or encourage someone continue to do some action. It's more like great job or well done. Let's watch this clip.
节奏，好的，扭呀上去，马背上，保持住，好的，不错。注意节奏，注意情绪，好的，好，
停下来，停下来。
好，情绪，好的，注意情绪。
You see in the clip, the teacher said, 注意节奏, 好的, 注意情绪, 好的, pay attention to the pace, well done, or pay attention to the emotion, well done. In real life, you can also say, 好的, 好的, 做得很好, well done, well done. You are really doing a great job. Or 好的, 我们继续, well done, or okie dokie, let's continue. Okay, let's wrap it up. When you want to say yes to confirm a fact, you can use 是的, 是啊, 是呀, 对, 没错, or simply repeat the main verb from the question. And remember, if there are multiple verbs, try to repeat the one that expresses emotion, intention, or desire, like 想, 爱, or 喜欢. When you are agreeing to a suggestion or saying okay to a task, use 好啊, 好呀, 好的, 行, 没问题. This all means okay, with slightly different tones and vibes. And don't forget, 好的 also means well done. If you want to keep learning real-life Mandarin, click next video here. I'll teach you how to greet people in Chinese like a native. Don't miss it. See you there. 下次见.